In late August, major flooding in Jackson, Mississippi caused the city's main water treatment facility to fail. But with more than 80% of Jackson residents identifying as Black, some advocates say the situation stems from years of environmental racism.
Civil rights leader Benjamin Chavis coined the term environmental racism in the 1980s after a landfill hazardous chemical waste site was established in a predominantly Black North Carolina town. It has since been defined by sociologist Robert Bullard as any policy, practice, or directive that differentially affects or disadvantages, where intended or unintended, individuals, groups, or communities based on race.
Jackson first became a majority Black city in the years following integration. The white population fell from 52% to 43% through the 1980s, with another 35,000 leaving the city in the 90s, according to the Jackson Free Press. But this population loss reduced the city's tax base and left it with far less money for basic resources.
The latest water issues come after the last 2 years saw the city's water system fail an Environmental Protection Agency inspection, and the bursting and freezing of pipes during a winter storm last year left residents without water for nearly a month. Jackson's mayor acknowledged the, quote, 30 years or more of deferred maintenance and lack of capital improvements to the facility as part of the cause behind the recent issues.
The city tried to fight the loss of water by handing out free bottled water to residents, but they quickly ran out. Now, some of that responsibility has fallen to local community organizations. One organization, Operation Good, has been delivering water to residents across the city since 2015. Gino, the founder of Operation Good, says the lack of clean water has become so normalized in Jackson that children are consistently exposed to raw sewage in their bathing water, their cooking water, and their drinking water. And through it all, residents have still received water bills.
As the crisis continues, the city's Democratic leaders and state Republican leadership have frequently sparred over where responsibility lies for fixing the capital's water infrastructure. Republican Lieutenant Governor Delbert Hosemann said in response to another 2021 crisis that, quote, the prime mover needs to be the city itself. President Joe Biden declared the latest crisis an emergency, freeing up federal resources to help the state's response. As of Monday afternoon, city and state officials said water pressure had been restored in the city.
I'm very happy to report that we have returned water pressure to the city. We have the personnel in place today to prevent as many issues as possible, while understanding that a week of repairs does not eliminate each and every risk. There may be more bad days in the future.
Organizations like the NAACP say there needs to be a focus on the long term. A long-term solution, says Aubrey Connor, Director of Environmental and Climate Justice at the NAACP, would involve resiliency planning that accounts for decades of neglect in communities like Jackson.